High-Performance Habits. How Extraordinary People Became That Way. By Brendon Burchard. Do you have a memory of sitting at the piano, plinking your way through Book 1? Maybe your memory was somewhat different than mine, a different instrument, a dance class routine, or even a sport. While I am by no means a concert pianist today, my years of daily piano practice taught me a little piano and a lot of perseverance. Brendon Burchard wants you to know that there are ways you can alter the course of your life, improving your levels of success and gaining happiness along the way. It all starts with practicing the correct habits. Burchard knows there are many useful habits practiced by purposeful people throughout the world. He was searching for the habits consistently connected with high performance. After years performance coaching and a 3-year study of high performers throughout the world, Burchard has it drilled down to 6 habits, or categories of habits, that show a direct relationship to high performance. His book shares the results of what is probably the most extensive study of high performers ever conducted. Don't expect life hacks that will get you where you want to go overnight. Building his suggested practices into habits is a long process, but they have proven to yield substantial benefits. High performers tend to do the following. 1. Seek clarity. 2. Generate energy. 3. Raise necessity. 4. Increase productivity. 5. Develop influence. 6. Demonstrate courage. Each of these overall behaviors are broken into contributing habits that will strengthen your ability to reach the behavior. Burchard packs the books with information to help you pursue each of the overall behaviors, making them a pattern for your life. High-performance habits. Before we get into each concept, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support will help us continue pushing out great content. Alright, now let's get to the first concept. Seek clarity. This habit is purposefully presented first. Your vision directs your path. To identify values and purpose, and keep both in constant view, high performers ask themselves questions more often than the average person. They ask themselves who they want to be, what is important for today, what relationships they want to pursue, and so on. High performers seek a clear path to an identified goal. Generating clarity can help you focus on what is truly meaningful to you and what you are looking for in life. It also leads to motivation and willpower, inoculating you against harmful negativity, and it leads to energy. Generate energy. You are probably expecting Burchard to direct you to exercise, and indeed he does. His findings show that an exercise habit is a common factor for the top 5% of high performers. It literally does increase energy and positivity. What you might not expect is the importance he places on the transitions that take place through the day. The idea is to be present and ready for the upcoming moments. Not being present in a transition can create distraction and energy dips. That's why you need to reset. In what can be called tension to intention, Burchard recommends a reset period in each transition. Take, for example, entering the meeting room after you've been going 1,000,000 miles an hour to put the finishing touches on your presentation. You know that just flying in with your mind still on that last slide edit won't promote the persona you want to carry into the meeting. Intentionally stop, breathe, and release tensions throughout your body. Next, identify your intention. You might ask, what is the primary feeling I want to bring into this setting? This simple question can set in motion the mindset and emotions you need for your next encounter and opens you up to be the best you can be in the given setting. The habit of taking an intentional reset moment changes the whole dynamics of the transition. And think what a reset could do for your personal relationships if you could successfully transition from a busy day at work to your evening at home with your partner or family. Raise necessity. If you find yourself just sitting sometimes and thinking, I just gotta fill in the blank, but you continue to sit, you will understand the importance of raising the necessity. The question is, how? Burchard suggests that one way is to amp up those vague and non-challenging goals. Trade them in for difficult and very specific goals and visit these regularly, reminding yourself of them. Further, get in the habit of asking, who needs my A game right now? This question forces you to do a quick internal review, reminding you of your goals and stirring your emotional ties with those who depend on you. Tap into the power of purpose by focusing on that one person who needs you. Another way to raise necessity is by thinking of yourself as who you want to be. Once you think of yourself as a successful marketer, entrepreneur, parent, coach, athlete, you name it, you will feel that you must do certain things even if they are difficult to remain who you are. If you find yourself lacking motivation as you sit and stew over your next task, remind yourself that this is who you are. This is what you do. In the correct mindset, the next task may seem much more reasonable and doable. Increase productivity. Multitasking is increasingly being thought of as a myth. Burchard encourages people to focus on one priority task and the needed outputs, striving for quality. The official term he uses is PQOs, i.e., prolific quality outcomes. Focusing on these can help you eliminate what is slowing you down, minimize distractions, and intensify your endeavors toward the task at hand. If, for example, you owned an ice cream store, you might analyze what flavors are most popular, only the top 2, and put all your efforts into production and sales of those particular flavors. Another suggestion to help increase productivity is to chart your path to a particular goal. Ask yourself, if there were only 5 major moves to make that goal happen, what would they be? Record the 5 moves and focus on accomplishing them. Develop influence. Burchard says this is often what keeps people from their full potential. Not feeling like a born leader, people develop their skills in other areas but do not realize that leadership and influence are developed skills also. One reason you might not give leadership your full effort is a huge fear of rejection, but he encourages the hesitant with the fact that people say yes to a request to help 3 times more often than people anticipate they will. The bottom line is that to have more influence, you need to get used to asking for people to join you. Demonstrate courage. This may be an unexpected habit to be on the list, but Burchard would encourage you to ask yourself what causes your anxiety. What is daunting? What is the monster that stands in your way? Then, realize that courage can be developed too. It is developed with experience and small steps. It is helpful to recognize areas in which you are already courageous. Maybe you have a friend that is terrified of needles, and you offer to go with them to their COVID-19 vaccine. Remind yourself, you have courage, and you have helped others face and overcome difficult things. Then practice facing and overcoming your own difficult things. The more you begin to practice facing scary challenges, the more skilled you will become at getting through it courageously. These are just the tip of the iceberg in a book jam-packed with helpful techniques, motivation, and real research to back it all up. The author doesn't promise overnight success, but people practicing his suggested habits have said that even in a few weeks you will notice a difference in your productivity and your feelings of fulfillment and success.